Hi guys, this is Richard from the Stable Center, and today I'll be covering Chainlink. Full disclosure, I do own Chainlink, but nothing I say in this video is financial advice. Anyway, today we will start things off with a massive signal for Chainlink adoption. Caliber, a NASDAQ-listed real estate investment firm, has officially added Chainlink to its corporate balance sheet. Think about that for a second. A traditional real estate manager putting a decentralized finance token right next to physical properties and cash reserves. This isn't just about holding cryptocurrency, it's about the tokenization of real-world assets. Caliber plans to stake Chainlink whilst managing a portfolio of hotels, apartments, and commercial real estate, essentially bridging tangible income producing assets with critical blockchain infrastructure. Real estate is one of the largest asset classes in the world, and the fact that a firm is comfortable enough to put Chainlink on its balance sheet shows where the future is heading. This is the RWA, real world assets revolution, playing out in real time, and Chainlink is positioning itself at the very center of it. In other news, the Chainlink Reserve is growing fast, turning real protocol revenue into long-term strength for the ecosystem. In just a few weeks, it's ballooned to over 193,000 Chainlink, worth nearly $4.5 million, with fresh top-ups like a $1 million injection, adding more than 42,000 Chainlink in late August. What makes this so important is that the reserve isn't designed for short-term spending. It's locked to accumulate over years, tightening supply whilst supporting network infrastructure. This shifts Link from being seen as a speculative asset to a structural backbone for real-world adoption. And when you combine that fact with institutions like Caliber putting Chainlink on their balance sheet, you can see the foundation for a sustainable economic model taking shape right in front of us. And for the final piece of news for the day, Charles Hoskinson, Cardano's founder, just dropped a strategic teaser. Cardano is in active talks with Chainlink. Whilst Charles Hoskinson admits Chainlink's integration cost is absurd, he is confident Cardano will handle it and make the partnership happen. Why should Link Marines care? Because if Cardano, one of the world's top smart contract platforms, adds verified, secure Chainlink oracles, it signals broader adoption and validation for concrete real-world use cases across multiple ecosystems. So let's start the Chainlink analysis off with some risk and regression analysis. So if you take a look at the right-hand side of your screen, you can see various risk levels. The colder colors, like blue and green, represent times of low risk, which are the best times to purchase Chainlink. And the warmer colors, like yellow, orange, and red, represent times of high risk, which are the worst times to purchase Chainlink. So with Chainlink trading sideways and down over the past few days, Chainlink's risk level has remained relatively the same at 0.05, which is still insignificant and very low. According to risk analysis, buying Chainlink today is still considered low risk, not financial advice. Okay, so let's take things one step further by adding the regression lines. So regression is really just a fancy word used by mathematicians to say lines of best fit. The best times to sell Chainlink is when Chainlink is trading above the red regression line, indicating that Chainlink is overvalued. And the best times to buy Chainlink is when Chainlink is trading near or under the green bottom regression line, indicating that Chainlink is undervalued. So as you can see on screen, Chainlink has respected the green bottom regression line quite well throughout the chart's history, catching major crash lows as well as significant bear market lows. I do believe the current cryptocurrency correction is close to being over, if not already over. But the worst case scenario, in my opinion, is another retest of the green bottom regression line, which is around $18 to $19 per Chainlink. Afterwards, Chainlink should continue outperforming this altcoin season and rocket off to the red peak regression line. If this current cryptocurrency market cycle tops out in Q4, like previous cryptocurrency market cycles, if you follow my cursor, we could be looking at a potential $300 Chainlink by the end of this bull market. Just a quick disclaimer, mathematical models are based off of historical price action, and we all know that history cannot solely be used to predict future price action. Okay, so let's move into the short-term analysis for Chainlink. Throughout the time I've been on YouTube, the Chainlink price has respected our short-term white trend-based fib extension areas quite well. The first time Chainlink tagged the 1-to-1 trend-based fib extension area, the price of Chainlink got rejected and dropped nearly 25%. The first time Chainlink tagged the 1 to 1.618 trend-based fib extension area, the price of Chainlink got rejected and so far has dropped 20%. If you remember correctly, the most recent high at $27 was caused by Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's speech at Jackson Hole on August 22nd of this year. So currently, the Chainlink price still remains sandwiched between the 1-to-1 trend-based fib extension area and the 1 to 1.618 trend-based fib extension area. As I said a few seconds ago in the risk and regression analysis, the worst case scenario for me in the short term is a retest of $18 to $19 per Chainlink. This is further confirmed by the fact that the 1-to-1 trend-based fib extension area is located at $19. Furthermore, taking a look at moving averages, the 50 daily moving average in light orange is trading inside the white trend-based fib extension area. Remember, moving averages often serve as a liquidity point for a potential reversal. It should be noted that the previous Chainlink correction in late July of this year bottomed near the 50 daily moving average in light orange. This is further evidence that if Chainlink does continue to see more downside, the white trend-based fib extension area between $19.46 and $20.98 will most likely hold as support. Also, note that the 50 daily moving average in orange has acted as major support and resistance for the past few months. Resistance back in March of 2025, support back in May of 2025, resistance in June of 2025, support in August of 2025. Okay, so let's actually delve deeper into the short-term analysis for Chainlink on the 15-minute time frame. Mind you, trade setups on the 15-minute time frame are extremely unreliable, but I do notice a potential mini Wyckoff accumulation setup forming for Chainlink that could signal that the correction for Chainlink is over or nearly over. So let me redraw this Fibonacci retracement really quickly so I can show you my charting technique from scratch. Once again, we are going to take a Fibonacci retracement from the most recent top back in August of 2022. August 22nd of this year. As you can see, the price of Chainlink has formed a temporary bottom at the 1.618 to 1.786 Fibonacci retracement. We also notice a three-wave structure for Chainlink. So this low here on August 26th of this year can be perceived as a SB, selling climax. This dead cat bounce can be perceived as an AR, automatic rally. the next dip will be perceived as a secondary test, or ST. We get a short-term rally followed by a dump. This dump is most likely ST in phase B. And usually, springs in Wyckoff accumulation usually form below the secondary test in phase B, as well as below the selling climax. So this could potentially be a spring in Wyckoff accumulation schematic number 1. And if Chainlink corrects over the next 24 to 48 hours, we could be forming a test. A test is basically a higher low that confirms that the market is shifting from a downtrend to a potential uptrend. So let's actually draw out the Wyckoff resistance and support levels together so we can get a better outlook of this Wyckoff accumulation schematic. So this would be the selling climax low. This would be the automatic rally resistance level. This swing high would be the Wyckoff resistance level. So yeah, if Chainlink does end up correcting over the next 24 to 48 hours, pay attention to the selling climax support, which is at $22.88. If Chainlink does get a violent bounce off of the selling climax support level at $22.80 over the next 24 to 48 hours, that is further confirmation of the fact that we are trading in a very short-term Wyckoff accumulation pattern, and that Chainlink could be getting ready again to set new bull market highs. Okay, so let's close this video off with the long-term Wyckoff analysis. Well, okay, so on the weekly time frame, Chainlink is trading in a multi-year Wyckoff accumulation, and the third LPS, which stands for last point of supply, could potentially be in already. In an LPS, market makers accumulate whatever Chainlink supply is left on the market before the eventual breakout to the upside. As you can see on screen, the second LPS, which bottomed in August of 2024, bottomed inside our blue Fibonacci retracement support area between the 0.618 and 0.786 Fibonacci retracements. Fast forward to today, the third LPS also appears to have bottomed at the exact same blue Fibonacci retracement support areas between the 0.618 and 0.786 Fibonacci retracement levels. Okay, so let's go over the bull market price targets really quickly. Now, the first bull market price target for Chainlink is at the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement at $60. The next potential price targets are the 1.236 to 1.382 Fibonacci retracement levels, which span between $92 and $131. If Chainlink blasts past those levels, the next potential price targets are the 1.618 to 1.786 Fibonacci retracement levels located between $230 and $342. Now, if we get super lucky, and by some god's miracle, we get the sun, moon, and stars to align just perfectly, Chainlink can hit the 2.272 to 2.414 Fibonacci retracement levels located at over $1,000 per Chainlink, specifically between $1,087 to $1,524 per Chainlink token. Alright, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.